guys, Jennifer here. Welcome back to my channel. Today is part 3 of this stuffed envelope and tag book, and I just wanted to show you where I'm at. I did a little bit of crafting yesterday, and I altered one of these little envelopes, and I used some of Esme's laces and appliques here, and some pretty beaded jewelry things from Lisa Smith. She is Rusted Angel Supplies on Etsy, and I tea dyed this envelope using some lace. It's very subtle because I tea dyed it, but you can kind of see the lace outline here, and then I embossed it. And then I lined it with some of the stenciled papers I have, and I put in a couple of pieces of ephemera from Blanca's Reflections. And I just used some bits and pieces from, I had an old snippet roll that I had little pieces left over from. So I kind of used that in the corner with some scrappy lace, and then this little pretty rosette is from Esme's shop, and it comes like a collar like this, and it has lots of different rosettes on it that are like more of a thicker fabric texture. And so I just cut that out here, put a little rhinestone, this little dangled pearl. And then I added a couple of laces here, and then a little rosette flower, all that from Esme's store. And I thought that was really cute because it'll be showing here on top of in the pocket. And I just put that on there, just an extra bit of decoration. And I love when those pieces kind of stick out, right? And then here is a pocket that I made, and this was inspired by Doreen from Ooh La La Vintage Treasures, and she had shown me a prototype and actually gave it to me, but I didn't know if I should show it because she might be using that for a kit. But what she did was, whoops, she used one of these gauze pockets. So after my surgery, I had used these gauze sponges, and so I made sure that I saved the pouch that it came in because I wanted to make some of these. And this is what I made from it. So you can see inside was the Band-Aid pouch. And all I did was cover it with some of my stenciled papers and bits of papers from Blanca's Reflections, the rose paper and the script, other bits here. And then I just added another little corner cluster, and I used, you know, you get those strings, and it's been sitting on my desk, the strings off of when you strip fabric and you get all these strings. I was like, okay, I need to use that. So I did, and I just put some glue down and squished it into the little cluster. Little bit of pink rhinestones. Here's a little bit off of my snippet roll. Some lace from Esme, and then some vintage lace there. This little dangle was from her rose trim. So super cute, and you can put that on a front of a journal to decorate your journal, and you can slip in some goodies in there. And so I put that in here, and that looks super pretty. I probably will make some kind of a tag or something to put in it, but I wanted to, that's all I got done yesterday. So a couple things I want to work on today is this little pocket, and this little pocket was inspired by another thing that Doreen gave me in one of her kits. It looks like this. Looks like a little mini jean pocket, but I think she had used this from another one of those like Band-Aid or gauze pouches, okay? But it was shaped with this little V on the bottom, so it kind of looks like a, or maybe she made that, I'm not sure. I can't remember. So I just traced it out. I put 2 sheets of paper together, and I made myself a little template. And then I decorated it, if I can find it. Is that it? Here it is. I decorated mine with some of the background papers and some music paper from Blanca's Reflections. Here's a couple of die cuts. And then before I added all the embellishments, after I, collaged it, I just stuck it through the embossing machine. So you can see the tiny little flowers there. I'll show you which embossing folder that is. This is from a Stampin' Up! Embossing folder. It's called Ornate Floral 3D Embossing Folder. And it looks like this. And it has all of these pretty flowers. And I will leave the link to this below. I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I do it more for fun, so if you would be interested in this, I will leave that below. And I do have a good Stampin' Up! Leader, though. She's really good. Any help I need, she is right there for me. So here is some lace trim from Esme's store, and I stuck a couple of these pieces of ephemera from Blanca's Reflections. And I think I was going to sew these. That's why I didn't glue this part down. So I just put it with a paper clip. So all it is a little bit of this fuzzy trim. And I put a piece of this applique, don't mind my gluey fingers, from Esme at Crafty Me Shop. Isn't that pretty? So those will be sticking out of this little pocket. And I can show you how I put that one together. So let's make another one. All right, so we'll take this template here and we'll use this as an example. And all I did was collage just some of the background papers. No big deal. It was just super easy. So we'll go ahead and do that. Just glue those on. So I hope you guys are having a lovely weekend. My poor hubby had to work at 4 something this morning. You know, that's kind of how it is with IT folks, right? IT is like software developers and stuff like that. We have to do it when there's not a lot of people on this system, right? Because if there's any problems, which there usually is, then there's not a lot of people on needing the system. All right, so we're gonna glue that. I mean, literally, this is so simple. So what I was thinking, if you needed to make a jean pocket, they do have jean pockets on, like, probably Google. You could find a template, right? But if you cut, so I just folded 2 pieces of paper in half. I'm sorry, not 2 pieces. I just basically folded this like this to make this pocket. And then you can measure from the bottom up. You could measure probably like a 1/4 of an inch, right? And you 1/4 of an inch on the right, 1/4 of an inch on the left, and then from the center of your pocket, you would just then cut to that point. And that would be an easy way to make this without a template. Hopefully that made sense. Let's put some of this on here. So I don't really worry about the edge until the end because no point. I'm just going to cut it off. If I can find my scissors. All right. So careful not to open your pocket on the side. Super duper simple. Let me go ahead and glue that. And here. And then we'll add a little bit on the back too. Now, you don't have to do the back if you're going to glue it down, right? You're just going to glue it down on the page. But if you want this, it's like a floating pocket. Or you could make it a paper clip. That would be fun too. Oh, if we do the paper clip though, it's going to struggle to get through the embossing folder. So you could do it afterwards, right? Where you would just then glue this in. That would be so cute though, right? On a page to have this. I'm going to take it off for now. Go ahead and cover this. I didn't have to use my pretty gold papers for this, but it's just what I had around here. So I was just trying to make it easy on myself, you know. Go ahead and glue that. Oh, that didn't work out too well. Here we go. And then glue this. Cover that a little bit. Since the back is not really going to be seen, it's not all that important. All right, so I'm just going to cut off the excess. Oops, hope I didn't open it up. Okay, so that gives us our little jean pocket there. Isn't that adorbs? Pick whatever side you want to use. And then all I did was take my embossing folder, put it in there like that, and run it through the machine. So I will do that and I'll be right back. Okay, so here is the pocket after I embossed it. Isn't that so sweet? I adore that. Now it's a little tricky once you send it through to get this part open, so you just want to be careful. Just kind of open it up gently so you don't rip it. But with the 2 layers of papers, it does not cause any more weakness. I mean, it's a little bit weaker up, you know, in the paper because it flattens it out, but it's not going to affect it at all. Isn't that adorbs? And then you end up with a pretty little pocket that you can use in your journal. Or to gift your friend. And look, I'm going to put it right in the front here. Isn't that just darling? So let's see, we've got quite a few little pieces here. So I need to finish decorating the front here. I just put a few pieces of lace that I thought would be pretty to layer there. And I didn't want to cover up this collage because it's so gorgeous. I love the lilies, the rose, and the frames. I love frames. It's so pretty. All right, guys, so I'm going to leave off there for today, and I'm going to go ahead and decorate this, and I will be back with the reveal of my stuffed pocket and tag book. All right, guys, thanks so much for stopping by, and I will talk to you soon. Bye for now.